Have you ever looked at your phone and it is exactly 11:11? Have you ever thought of an old friend you haven't seen in 10 years and 10 seconds later they call you? Have you ever been struggling with a difficult decision and a stranger on the bus says the exact sentence you needed to hear? You freeze. The hair on your arm stands up. You feel like the reality around you just ... glitched. Skeptics will tell you this is just coincidence. They will tell you it is just math and probability. They are wrong. This is not random. This is a language. The universe is trying to speak to you. Welcome to the phenomenon of synchronicity. If you are watching this, it is likely because the frequency of these glitches is increasing in your life. You aren't just seeing 11:11 once a month. You are seeing it every day. You are seeing 333 on license plates. You are seeing 444 on receipts. You feel like you are being followed by a pattern. You are not crazy. You are tuning in. The psychologist Carl Jung coined the term synchronicity to describe events that are meaningful coincidences. He realized that the barrier between your internal mind and the external world is not as solid as we think. When you go through a spiritual awakening or a dark night of the soul, your internal frequency changes, and when you change the station on the radio, you start hearing different music from the universe. Here's the physics of it. Your brain has a filter called the Reticular Activating System, RAS. Its job is to block out 99% of reality, so you don't go insane from information overload. But when you align with your true purpose, the filter thins. You start seeing the code of the matrix. There are 3 specific types of synchronicity you need to recognize. Type 1 is the nudge. This is the repeating number phenomenon, angel numbers. Seeing 11:11, 222, or 555 is the universe's way of saying, pay attention. Think of these numbers as a save point in a video game. When you see them, stop, look around. What were you thinking about right at that moment? If you were thinking about quitting your toxic job and you see 11:11, that is a green light. That is the universe saying, yes, do it. But if you were thinking about texting your ex and you see a warning sign, like a sudden siren or a crash that is a red light, that is the universe screaming, stop. Type 2 is the echo. This is when reality reflects your inner thoughts instantly. I'll give you an example. You are worried about money. You feel scarce and afraid. Suddenly you drop your coffee. Then your car won't start. Then you get a surprise bill in the mail. This is a negative synchronicity. The universe is a mirror. You project fear, it reflects chaos. But it works the other way too. You decide to trust the process. You feel gratitude. Suddenly you find $20 on the street. Client calls you out of the blue. Traffic lights turn green for you all the way home. This is the flow state. You have hacked the algorithm. Type 3 is the impossible probability. This is the one that scares people. This is when you need a specific book and you find it sitting on a park bench. This is when you need to meet a mentor and you bump into them in an elevator in a city of 8 million people. Carl Jung treated a patient who was stuck in her therapy. She was overly rational and closed off. She was telling Jung a dream about a golden scarab beetle. At that exact moment, a rare beetle closes in appearance to a scarabæ, began tapping on the window of Jung's office. Jung opened the window, caught the beetle, and handed it to her. The shock of that impossible moment broke her rational mind and allowed her to heal. The universe will often shock you to wake you up. So what do you do when you see these signs? Do not become obsessed? There is a danger called apophenia, where you start seeing patterns in everything and lose your grip on reality. If you think the pattern of cracks in the sidewalk is a message from God, you are going too far. The key is feeling. A true synchronicity comes with a physical sensation, a download of knowing. It feels uncanny. It feels electric. Follow the breadcrumbs. If the signs are leading you to a new career, take a step. If the signs are warning you about a person, distance yourself. The universe cannot live your life for you. It can only show you the map. You still have to walk the path. But as you begin to trust these signs, and as you begin to realize that time and space are more flexible than you were taught, you will encounter another phenomenon, one that is even more unsettling than synchronicity. Sometimes the glitch isn't a message. Sometimes it feels like a memory. You walk into a room you have never been in before, but you know exactly what is around the corner. You meet a stranger, and you know exactly what they are going to say before they say it. You are hit with a wave of familiarity so strong it makes you dizzy. You have been here before. You have lived this exact moment before. This brings us to the most frightening glitch of all déjà vu. Is it just a brain error? Or is it proof that time is not a straight line? Is it possible that you have lived this life 1,000 times and you are just now remembering the script? If you have ever felt like you are reliving a moment from a past life, you need to watch the next video. We are going to question the nature of time itself. We are going back to the future,